Okay, so let's address grip width on the overhead press or military press. Now, both of them are going to be pretty similar, whatever you're doing, whether or not it's military press, overhead press, or push press. You're going to be pretty close to the same grip on all of those things. And again, just like our discussion with bench press grip width, there's always an aspect of individualization here, especially if you've had any sort of wrist, elbow, or shoulder injury. All right, but for the most part, this is going to work for a vast majority of people. Now, what we want to see whenever we are establishing our military or overhead press grip is the position of the center line of our forearm just slightly outside of the prominent bone of the elbow here. All right. So I'm not going to be stacked perfectly vertically. I'm going to be just outside of it. All right. So I just want you to imagine if you were to draw a line from the center of your wrist all the way down to the prominent aspect of your elbow here, then you're going to line up this center line at the top of the wrist just outside of the prominent aspect of your elbow here. So let's talk about what that's going to do whenever we get into the lift. Now, first of all, since we're using a compression grip here, we're not going to have our knuckles parallel to the bar. Rather, we are going to turn our knuckles ever so slightly into the bar so that we line up the load of the load directly over the long bones of our forearm. So I'm going to assume my grip width here. I'm going to turn my knuckles in, and I'm going to come under the bar. Okay, flesh to the bar, and you can see in this position now, the center line is just outside of the prominent aspect of my elbow. And as I press up, my chin moves back, and right at the crux of the lift, I'm at about a 90-degree angle in my elbow, which is the most advantageous torque angle that we can achieve. So now every time that I press up, as the lift becomes hard, as I enter the crux of the lift, I have the ability to press upward the most, generate the most torque through that range.